Welcome back to another episode of the Kings related podcast, wherever you may be. And this recap of the Kings 132 123 loss on this Thursday evening from Denver, Colorado. And scheduling losses are real in the NBA. Coming off a emotional win last night over Golden State, the Kings looked absolutely gassed against a really good Nuggets team. And I want to give credit where credit's due. The Kings made the Nuggets work late in this game in the fourth, but the Nuggets prevailed. I believe the Nuggets' biggest lead in this game was 25. The Kings' biggest lead was 2. So, you had Domantas Sabonis versus Jokic. Always must see, where you got two of the best big men in the league. You had Sabonis with another double-double. 23 points, 19 rebounds. He was 2 assists shy of a triple-double. He had 8 assists. And Jokic had another triple-double. He countered with his own triple-double. So, and then you got DeMar DeRozan. He had his 8th straight game of 20-plus points. And I thought he shot the ball. I think he was the best of the starters in this game, who shot the ball well from the field. 9 of 16. Efficient night. 24 points for DeRozan. And another quiet night offensively from De'Aaron Fox. And his scoring numbers here lately are taking a hit. And this is the 4th consecutive game. So it was the game against Houston, the game against Washington, and then the game against Golden State last night, and then tonight. So you have 4th consecutive game where De'Aaron Fox failed to reach 20 points. He posted 17 in this game, and you could see he did not have his legs in this game. I know he's dealing with some sort of an injury on his fingers, where he's got his 2 fingers wrapped. So he's dealing with injuries. Trey Lyles off the bench. I think he's been up and down. He's been down. He's been up. Lately he's been down, but I thought Trey Lyles 3 of 7 in this game from the 3 ball. 12 points for Trey, 9 rebounds off the bench. And just like anybody else, he struggled to defend Jokic in this game. Keegan Murray, he really hasn't had a breakout game, but he continues to show positive signs to returning to the form that we're accustomed to seeing. Keegan Murray finished with, just looking here at the box score, 11 points, 9 rebounds. He had a block, so that was good to see. And he also had a steal. And the one thing about Keegan Murray is his defense is top notch. We saw it last night in that win at home against Golden State. Um, and it's 3 ball. It is starting to fall. Um, I believe Keegan Murray is going to have that breakout game sooner rather than later. Um, Also, um, even though the Kings were never going to win this game. I don't agree with Doug Christie having Fox, Keon Ellis, Sabonis, DeRozan, Monk in that game in the fourth quarter. Hey, but I want to give effort. Give effort to the guys for trying to make a comeback. And Doug McDermott, Dougie McBucket, he came into this ball game late in this game with some incredible 3-point shooting. Just looking at the box score here, 5 of 6 from deep for Dougie McBucket. He also had 15 points off the bench. And the question I have is, where was Doug McDermott sooner in this game? Because I think right now, the way Kevin Huerter is playing, who is right now he's unplayable. I would give those Kevin minutes to Doug McDermott. And it's been a while since we've seen Doug McDermott, and he caught fire again, and it was it was a while back where Doug McDermott came into a game. It was in garbage time that the Kings won, and he went off shooting the ball. So that was good to see. And the Kings had 33 bench points. Trey Lyles and Doug McDermott had 27 of those bench points. So, at 22 of those bench points, 22 of those 27 bench points from the duo came in the fourth quarter. So, even though this game was pretty much over before the fourth quarter started, just love the effort. Try to maybe make the comeback, but you allow 40 points in the first quarter, and since Doug Christie's become the head coach, that is the 7th time the Kings have allowed an opponent to have 40 points in a quarter. How many times has that happened when Mike Brown was the head coach this season? 2 times. Well, the opponent shot 40 points in a quarter. The Kings won that fourth quarter 38-22, but this game was way out of hand early in this game. Doug McDermott, by the way, if you care about those plus minus, he had the best plus minus on the team. Plus 20 for Dougie McBucket. It was good to see. So, in a game that was wrapped up early, but other things, the Denver Nuggets, both teams did not shoot the ball well from 3 in this game. Turnovers for the Kings were an issue. And I thought the Kings, there was a lot of standing around on offense, not enough moving. And it showed on the second night of a back-to-back where you got in late, well, 2 in the morning. Didn't get sleep until 4:30, but it showed. And that's the best home court advantage in the NBA. You're a mile high above sea level elevation, and the Denver Nuggets, they use it to their advantage. Um, like, and then you got Jamal Murray, who's been playing really well as of late. Russell Westbrook is having a resurgence of his career. They're in Denver. 18 points for Russell Westbrook in 31 minutes. Michael Porter Jr., 20 points. The thing about both these teams, both teams, the Nuggets and the Kings, both of them rely heavily on the starters. And both teams do not have a good enough bench. So it was, I think the thing about this game is whatever team's bench played the best, I think was going to win this game. But on the second night of back-to-back, it is always tough to go into Denver and win a game. Keon Ellis, he had a steal, 5 assists in this game. Devin Carter, and the thing about Devin Carter in this game is the Nuggets attacked him early in this game, and he only played 2 minutes and 31 seconds, and there was a reason. Good attacking the rookie, and Devin Carter is going to learn. But this was a scheduled loss. I'm not a big believer in moral victories, but if you are, you can take this as a moral victory with the way the Kings fought back in this game. But they were never going to win this game. So Kings fall to the Denver Nuggets on this Thursday night. The Kings are now 23-21 on the season. Next up, they face the New York Knicks on stop 2 of this 6-game road trip, and that's a Knicks team. Hey, you got Jalen Brunson, who just made the All-Star team tonight. You got Karl Anthony Towns, who also is a All-Star. You got Mikal Bridges. You got Josh Hart, who is fantastic. It's a really good Knicks team. They play physical, so you got to be ready for that. Play defense, and the thing about the New York Knicks, they rely heavy on that starting 5. Their bench is not great, and if the Kings can play well on Saturday and maybe steal that game, because if you look at this road trip, you lose tonight against the Nuggets. You got the Knicks on Saturday, and then you got the Brooklyn Nets on Monday, a game that you should win, a team that you're better than in the Nets. You should win that game. Then on next Wednesday, you're in Philadelphia. You beat the Sixers here without Joel Embiid, and Joel Embiid hasn't played a lot of games this year. And right now the Sixers out of the play-in in the Eastern Conference. You should win that game. And then you got 2 days off, and then you face the Oklahoma City Thunder a week from Saturday. Like, Oklahoma City, they're the best team in the NBA. And in my opinion, Oklahoma City, they have the MVP of this season in SGA. And then you wrap up the road trip on a week from Monday, I believe, against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So if you can steal maybe a game in Oklahoma City, a game in New York, or a game in Minnesota, that'd be good. Because the Kings are going to be spending a lot of time here coming up on the road. And the Kings are now 10-9 on the road. So if you can steal one of those games, and I said it last night, I want to see the Kings come back home with 3 wins on this road trip. If they come home with 3 wins, it's a good road trip. 500. 2-4, not great, but 1-5 would be terrible. Because if you look at the Western Conference and how bunched up it is with teams around you, it's going to be crazy and wild here as we're now the second half of the season, and as we get closer to the trade deadline coming up in a couple weeks, and then down the stretch of this regular season. So Kings lose to the Nuggets. They're now 0-1 on this road trip. They're 23-21 on the season. Next stop is the Big Apple, New York, to take on the New York Knicks. And we'll be back for a recap following that game Saturday night against the Kings and the Knicks. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below. And also, I want to pose this question. Would you like to see Doug McDermott get some rotation minutes going forward? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're listening on your preferred audio platform, Apple, Spotify, hit that follow button. Rate 5 stars. Leave a nice little review. Be much appreciated. And if you're listening on your other, I'm also available on your other preferred audio platforms as well. And we'll see you Saturday following Kings Knicks right here on our Kings related podcast. And go Kings.